All right, and we are live. Hello, 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 everyone. It's your main man, Darren M. Palmer, Chief Book Officer with Self Published in 30 Days, the host with the most. Excited to be with you for another episode of Market Leader Live. Y'all know what we do on this particular show. We bring in the experts, those who are not just talking about it, those who actually do it. Today on the show, we got my girl. I know y'all might have remembered her before, how she tore it down with a few other panelists or whatnot. My girl, Monica Gary, in the building. Say hello to the people, Monica.
Hello, everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Monica, we are so excited to have you here. And for the entrepreneurs, the business owners who are listening to this, I know they're thinking to themselves, please share more with us. Organizing in mayhem or whatnot. I mean, I got some things on my desk right now that's some mayhem, but I know exactly where it is. And I know how to get to it. So if you don't mind, just share with us a little bit of some of the things that you do, and we'll dive more into organizing and mayhem.
Absolutely. So I feel like first you have to acknowledge that you have mayhem. And it's okay if mayhem is something where you're always in, where you always have stuff on your desk or around the house. If you're able to function in that environment, that's fine. It gets bad when you don't know how to find things. So I always tell people to write everything down. And I literally do mean everything. I have so many different notes. Google Keep Notes is like one of my favorite go-tos. I have so many different ones, but they keep me organized and I don't forget different things because they're all in my notes. I can always refer back to them. I always have a running list of things that I need to pick up from a store, a running like action item list for the house and for the family. Of course, vacation, there's always lists for that. But write things down is always my first tip. And then two, knowing what you want your end goal to look like. Not saying that you have to know A to Z, the entire plan, but kind of knowing what you want your end goal to be. And that helps put things in perspective.
That's awesome. She's already dropping bombs on us, giving us tips right now on how to do it. And I think that what you just brought up, though, Monica, is very important for those. It's just like anything else. You got to admit that you're having some issues. You got to admit that you aren't as productive as you should be because you're dropping the ball. So
Right.
some is going to have to give. And so I want those who are tuned into this, whether you are an entrepreneur or you being employed and working for someone, but you got an entrepreneur mindset, whether you're a solopreneur or whatnot, whatever it is, or if you're just a business owner, you got some more people under your belt that you're providing for, adding value so they can get compensated as well, was a W-2 or 1099. Other people are impacted by your actions. This is where I'm going with this with Monica. So I know my team know I preach this all the time. Most people, how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's how they're going to view it. You're not going to get a chance with most people for, a first impression, the second, or third, or fourth, or fifth time over. So you can be the best at what you do, but most people will never utilize your services because you're unorganized and you're dropping the ball. So let's just talk about that pain point right there a little bit, Monica, of what you've been able to see with people who they've had lagged a little too long before they needed your services, and some of the opportunities that others have missed out on simply because they wasn't organized.
Yes, execution is everything. It's one thing to have a plan, to know what you want to do, know what your end goal is, but at some point you have to execute. At some point you have to put action behind what that plan is. And when your plan is unorganized, it makes it difficult to execute. And so, and I see that happen more often than you think, where a client or a colleague or whatever the environment is will say, well, I really would hope that this project would have turned out better. And then when I go back and I analyze it and I'm like, well, you missed the ball. You dropped the ball like 2 weeks into the project when you failed to properly outline what the next 6 weeks would look like. And then from there, you started to just let things fly here and there, and you weren't executing. When you fail to execute, when you fail to create a plan, that's where you drop the ball, point blank.
Some of you all thought that just doing an outline just was when you did a book. No, 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 no. You want to outline in every area of your life. I like when my man Patrick Bet-David talks about knowing your next 15 moves. You got to have that outline, because I see that some people are thinking, let me back that up. What Monica shared with us was that you can have a surface level of, I like to call it false positive, false positives of what you think the situation may be or the problem is. What Monica just did is did some digging and got to the root of the issue of what happened, why that person wasn't able to hit their goal or be able to do what they need to do. For those who are tuned into this, what are the areas, the deep-rooted areas that's really the problem for you not executing the way that you need to? Dropping the ball on remembering to call somebody, not showing up on time, not getting on a Zoom or a Skype or a StreamYard on time. What are the things that you're doing? Not getting the contract over, like you said. Or are you letting pride get in the way? Because I have to watch this. I've watched this with some of the people that I work with as well, Monica, of letting pride get in the way of thinking, I'm going to remember everything in my mind. Like you heard Monica share, write it down. Get out of ego. Nobody's going to remember everything. And if you got a few years on you, you're sure not going to remember everything. And as my grandfather would say, you know, if you had years where you might have been on that wacky tobacco, you sure not going to remember that. Y'all catch that on the way to the house. Y'all catch that on to the way to the house. But at the same time, what I'm bringing up for all of us, whether it's carrying the kids to a game, dance, whether it's getting something for your husband or for your significant other or your spouse, you can mean well that random call by your mother or your uncle or your cousin or your sister or brother, whatever that may be. It can allow for you to drop the ball. So, Monica, talk to us about getting over ego. Could you share with that? Because I know some people, they have to humble themselves.
Yeah.
To say, you know what, I need help. And these are productive individuals.
Yeah. And to humble yourself, to get over pride is, oh gosh, we don't have enough time to do that one. But I will say that to get over pride, the first thing is, one, of course, you have to recognize that you have an issue. Two, you need to know your own strengths and know what your weaknesses are and be willing to let someone else in to help you in those areas that you're weak, where you don't truly understand how to do something. It's okay to ask for help. That's why you have a team. That's why you have people around you that you trust. You need to be able to delegate and give those things to people, and don't wait until the last minute to give it to someone. If you know that, I don't know, spreadsheets are not your strong point, and you have a colleague or a counterpart who is strong in that area, don't wait until the day before that that project is due to say, hey, can you help me? As soon as you get that piece and you know, okay, I can do this, send it to that person. Let them know, okay, this is the idea. This is what I need help on. Can you do this? But when you wait until the last minute, you're still being prideful. You're still holding on. You have to let it go. You have to let it go in order to be successful, in order to truly delegate and keep people included in the process.
Wow. Now, I see that from the business owner perspective or whatnot, on an entrepreneur. Let's just take that. Let's just go down another lane, another channel, so to speak. Talk to us, Monica. If I'm working for someone, but I'm steady dropping the ball, they're steady having to come to me because I'm missing it. You share with the business owner how they need to delegate, not wait to the last moment or whatnot. Let's speak to those out there who are working for someone, right? And they run into these same type of issues.
Yeah. So, and especially right now with so many of us working at home and so many people working at home for the very first time, accountability for self is very important. And you need to be able to not delegate, to keep yourself focused, and you need to be responsible. And so I would say to the individuals who are underperforming, who are missing the ball, missing deadlines because of, I don't know, a number of different issues or concern, I would say you need to figure out what's important, what the deadlines are, and you need to put yourself on a schedule. Another thing that I always tell people is to utilize your calendar. Literally, if it's not on my calendar, it probably will not get done if it if it needs to have a deadline, it needs to go on my calendar. Because if it doesn't go on my calendar, it's not going to work out. You can write stuff down all day, but for me, I need to write it down and put it on my calendar. For every little event, for every deadline, for every project, it's on my calendar. My calendar literally looks like a rainbow. That's how much stuff is on there. But I get things done. I don't miss deadlines. And so that's another tool that I would recommend for people who are working for someone else and you're having a hard time staying on track, is to utilize your calendar. And again, going back to your strengths and weaknesses, know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, and be willing to admit that to your leader, to say, hey, you gave me this project. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I've tried. Can you give me some best practices on how I can do this in the right way so that I can succeed and so that I won't fail? If you as a team member feel like as if you don't have the right tools in order to be successful, you need to advocate for yourself to see how you can get those tools. And it may be something as simple as a Google search. Google and YouTube has an abundance of research out there. And there's, of course, other websites that you can use, but you need to figure out what tools you need in order for you to be successful.
Awesome, man. I want to speak to that too. Wonderful job what you did, Monica, explaining that. And I just wanted to feel, because I know some who listen like, well, I know they're bringing this to the business owners, but I know some of the business owners are thinking like, how do I apply that? Or managers out there are thinking like, how do I implement? How do I utilize this for my team? And I want you to think about that. The latter part of what Monica shared with us. Whether it's YouTube, another thing is whether it's Udemy, if you can get some courses or things like that to pour into your team, some best practices, some ways that there can be some hacks that allow for them to be more efficient or whatnot, to make sure that they're able to execute. But the point that Monica brought to me too, that I want to just make sure that you write down, if those who are taking notes out there, understand the importance of accountability. You have to be accountable for that. Because if not, then it's a slippery slope and you might not have a job. Or for those who are business owners out there, you cannot miss the ball, because in business, people who are performing at a high level, who execute, they're not trying to hear that. They're not your mom. They're not your cousin. They're not going to pat you on the head. They won't even tell you anything. They'll be like, oh, okay. And then you won't hear from them again. And Monica, talk about that of the silent treatment, so to speak, where others can get, where they drop the ball and now people have moved the business on down the road. And now they're in the red when they could have been in the black because of something that's simple. It wasn't a Facebook ad. It wasn't the branding. They just didn't execute.
Silent communication is tricky, and it could be deadly for you as a team member, for you as a business owner. And I am often an over communicator. Even when I feel like a team member or colleague is not performing well, I try to communicate to see, okay, what can we do to get you to the level that we need to get you at, to see if they have some passion, some determination into them to really push to make the change. But after so many times, you in business, at the end of the day, we're here to make a profit. We're here for a reason. So you have to make a decision, the hard decision on, okay, is this person adding value to us, or is this person taking value away? And I see silence as a deadly thing for businesses when we know we have people on our team, we have people in departments who are underperforming, and we aren't doing anything about it. We aren't investing any more training in that person. We aren't reviewing over soft skills with that person. We're just letting it happen for the sake of being nice by being silent, which you aren't really being nice, which is why I use the quote, the air quotations, because you're not doing that person any justice, and you aren't doing the company a favor by allowing someone to continue to underperform. Either you're going to invest in that person so that and encourage and motivate that person to get to the level that you need them to be, or you're going to continue to just let them sit there and underperform. And then that's going to create the culture in your company and around the environment that, oh, I can underperform and still get paid. That's not the message anybody wants to send out. So you want to be very, very mindful as a business owner of what you're allowing in your company, and if you're truly living up to the standard and your values by everything you're doing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. As I quote the great Alicia Keys, this girl is on fire around here. I'm telling you. I mean, if y'all can hear, I know you just heard it if you were listening. Man, Monica just shared some stuff with us. If you can get that, I can't tell you how much, hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars worth of information that she just gave you. It's so many companies that are right now that have already gone out of business and that are going out of business because of that, quote unquote, trying to be Mr. Nice Girl or guy, and it's tearing up the culture. They're being eaten away at internally because most of you know right now who listening to this particular show, you know somebody that should have been fired at every office, at every location, at every plant. It doesn't matter if you're in a steel mill. It doesn't matter if you work at a shoe department. All of us know somebody like, oh man, that person right there should have been fired. They know it, but they're in a way because somebody is trying to be nice. I operate, me personally, just because I've seen this happen with cultures of you got to cut counts off. And I also, not for it to be, I know we're talking about being mean and nice, but sometimes what you're doing, and I think this is what Monica was sharing a little bit earlier, you're forfeiting that person the opportunity to be where they can be great at.
Absolutely.
Yes, because they're not fitting what or aligning with what you need for that position for your company with them. Mm-hmm. They would be great somewhere else because they gave it a try. You gave it a try. But it might not just be a good fit. And that's okay. Just because you date somebody don't mean that you got to marry them. Would you agree with that statement, Monica?
Absolutely. And I feel like we get that wrong so many times in the society, from relationships at work, like from being an employee at a company, from relationships in our personal lives. We just feel like, oh, I just need to stay around with this person because I've already invested time with it. But if it's not working, if it's not serving you, if it's not truly something you're passionate and committed to, then why stay around? Why allow someone to stay around who's truly not adding value to your life? Now, let me just say in my defense, I know people who may watch this and be like, well, Monica, you seem as if you're someone at a company who's not, underperforming. I'm not, but I also understand both sides of the spectrum. I understand that I understand the moment where you can underperform because you aren't in line with a job or a career that truly fits you. And I know everyone doesn't have the luxury at every point in their career to truly do something that they're passionate about, but you can at least work towards getting there. And in the meantime, you need to at least meet the standard that the company has set or that your boss has set or whatever, or even if you're working for yourself. Don't halfway do something. Go all the way and do it, and make sure that you're doing it with the passion and with the purpose behind it. Because if not, you're not helping yourself, and it's going to tie back. And I'm really big on it's going to tie right back to your mental health. If you're stressed out because going to a job every day that you dislike, that's going to add to your own personal stress. It's going to add to the stress of your family, and it's going to wear on your health. So it's important to have a career that's aligned up with your passion. I know this isn't something that we've been taught growing up, but it's something that we need to unlearn and relearn in the proper way, that a job isn't just a job. A job is a career, something you are connected to, something you have passion and purpose behind.
See, Monica, you my shero, girl. I'm telling you, I can listen to you talk all day because you know what you're talking about. And I want you to understand, those who are tuned in, especially these entrepreneurs and business owners. I was sharing this the other day to my wife. I was telling her, she'll look at me if we go somewhere, we doing something. And I even do it with my kids now. Then I share with them. You see that? And they already know what daddy talking about. I said, that's why that person is doing this part-time. They're not executing. They're not showing up on time. They forgot to text everybody about what was supposed to happen, and somebody was supposed to be there. You see it over and over. And even the office, they be saying like, why are you so on this email? Or Why you don't want to drop the ball if we were supposed to talk to somebody? Even if they don't answer the phone, we need to do what we supposed to do and give. If we were supposed to call, we need to call. Even if they hadn't answered the phone, even if they MIA or whatnot, you need to answer the call. And I see that a direct correlation. I see it far as Monica, where if someone is not executing, I typically can see that that's the underlying issues in other areas in that particular business. And you can see why it might be a weekend thing for them, or they're wondering why they're not able to have premium rates or whatnot for their services, or they're underfunded, or they're not able to hire out for the appropriate help. When you were sharing earlier about the importance of delegating, they're not able to bring people in because they're limited, because they haven't found a way to execute or be faithful over a few things and be made ruler over many. So I wanted to point that point out for those who are entrepreneurs, and you're looking at how can I scale? How can I get great people? If you're not organized, even if you brought somebody in, you wouldn't even know what they would need to do, or what their the job description would be. So I want to make sure that you can pay attention to that. And before we go out, I want to make sure that you share a little bit too about the Y Sales Leadership Retreat. And could you share with the people what it's about, and and why are you a part of it?
Absolutely. So Y Sales Network is an organization that loves giving back to sales professionals, whether you are entered into the sales field, whether you are a business professional, or whether you're already in a sales position. The company was started by Joyce Johnson, and she has 20 plus years of sales knowledge. She is the queen of sales, the queen of negotiation, and she wants to make sure that the next set of sales leaders, the current set of sales leaders, has the best practices that she has learned, and that she's also learning through various platforms that she's on, and she's sharing that information. So this year, the inaugural Y Sales Leadership Retreat is going to be held on June 25th and 26th. It's a Thursday and a Friday. It's a virtual learning conference, 2 days filled with, oh my gosh, the best industry speakers in the sales industry. So you guys do not want to miss that. It is currently on sale still. Tickets have not sold out as of yet, but if I were you, I would go get my ticket today. You want to visit ysalesnetwork.com to make that purchase. You will see our lovely lineup of speakers on there. Our keynote speaker is Cynthia Barnes. She is the founder of National Association of Women Sales Professionals. And we have Darren Palmer, we have Sebastian Rusk, we have so many people who are wonderful, who are ready to truly share their best practices with you. We have a TEDx speaker who's on our list of speakers for those 2 days. These people are truly connected with their craft. They are passionate about it. So they are the best people to speak to and to learn from, in my opinion. Again, that website is ysalesnetwork.com. You want to check out that site today, grab your tickets. Included in that ticket are so many wonderful gifts that actually exceed the value of the ticket. The ticket is listed at $119, but in that ticket, you also are going to receive a Y Sales t-shirt in the mail, a Y Sales wine glass, a bag, a wine bag, some other wonderful items from our partners from the Bahamas, as well as you will get a 1-year membership to the NAWSP, so the National Association of Women Sales Professionals. You'll get a 1-year membership that's valued at $150 alone. So you're already winning with purchasing a ticket for this wonderful learning conference. So you definitely want to attend.
Come on, y'all. It's just $119 investment in yourself. I mean, if you go out to eat, some of you go out for some drinks or whatnot, you've already spent that money and you're not getting a return on your investment. Some of you are messing up your outfits because you had too much to drink anyway. But I ain't gonna call no names. But at the same time, I just want y'all to make sure that you invest in yourself. Get this done. I mean, go to ysalesnetwork.com. I mean, you got a myriad of speakers there who are not just there just to be there. They're able to give you definitely the wisdom that you need or expertise in the area of how to get it done. These are not people who are just talking about it. Like I shared with you about Monica. That's why she's on Market Leader Live. You know that she knows her stuff. Now, she didn't get on telling you how to check oil and to redo an engine for a vehicle because that's not her lane. So that's why it's appropriate. It's a must that you get to ysalesnetwork.com. Go ahead, take advantage of the sale right now before the tickets is out. I know some of you, you'll reach out, wait to the last minute and start saying, hey, Darren, you got to hook up on those tickets. Can you get a hold of Joyce? We're going to be busy. We're going to be moving around. The itinerary is full. There's some things that hadn't even been released yet that's going to be a part of this event. And so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be kicking it and having a good time when I'm not speaking. So I'm not going to be responding to any of these messages. So take advantage of what Monica shared with us today. Go ahead. Don't be in mayhem. Go ahead and get organized. Make the investment. Line your stuff up for the virtual event to be a part of it. And come and join us June 25th and 26th to make it happen or whatnot. Find a way to reinvent your situation. Don't allow COVID-19 to happen to you. You hit COVID-19 in the head, as my big mama used to say, and let them know who boss. But I can't give y'all too much game on this episode. Monica, how can they connect with you on social media if you want to be connected on social media, or if you just want to share Y Sales Network information? Share that again before we close it out.
Absolutely. I can be found on LinkedIn as Monica Gary, Monica, last name Gary, Gary. I always spell my name because for some reason people have a hard time spelling Monica and Gary. Don't know why, but there's that. Y Sales Network, visit www.ysalesnetwork.com. You want to purchase your tickets right now before we sell out. You do not want to miss 2 dynamic days filled with a wonderful lineup of speakers and wonderful resources to take home. And to Darren's point, there are still surprises that have not been released that are attached and included with your ticket to this conference. So you do not want to miss that opportunity.
I'm telling you, it's going to be live. As the young folks say, it's going to be lit.
Oh, goodness.
Whatever else they done came up with. But at the same time, all I know is your boy D is going to be in the building. I can't speak for everybody else. I got a little something that I'm going to come out with around that weekend too. I ain't showing y'all all the blazers right now. I got a little something I'm working on. But when I get my layaway out, I'm going to let y'all know. But anyway, I'm just giving y'all a hard time. We got to have fun or whatnot. Join us, ysalesnetwork.com for the Y Sales Leadership Retreat. Don't miss out on this opportunity. People, I mean, I got to take a pause just real quick before we close this out. Some of the best things that have ever happened to me has come from me attending conferences and investing in myself. I see so many people, if someone told you to go take a course or go to the community college or go to a university, you won't see nothing wrong with 30 to 100 grand. You wouldn't see nothing wrong with it. $1,500 for a class, whatnot. You wouldn't see nothing wrong with it. But something that you can get with tangible steps that you don't have to wait 4, 5, 10 years to get and hope you get a job or hope you get paid. You can take some of this information and immediately use it and get a result that you're looking for. That can be a side hustle for you or side business, or actually turn into something that's replacing your income that you make it on your primary thing, so you can walk away and live the life that you want for you and your family. So that's why I'm just taking this moment just to please just let you know that I'm not going to tell you to do something that I don't do myself. And believe it or not, the stuff that I invest in, I wish it was 119, but this kind of event that Joyce doing, I'm going to talk to Joyce about this. Please, we can't do this for y'all this long next time, because the people who are really about that life, they understand the value in it. So I definitely want y'all to sign up. But Monica, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have Monica Gary in the building. You did an excellent job. I just want to thank your family for allowing us to borrow you for these few moments. And I look forward to connecting with you June 25th and the 26th. Okay.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Monica, are you doing a happy hour Thursday?
I am.
You didn't forget the happy hour, girl.
Goodness, Thursday, join me for Organizing Mayhem. I'm going to go in depth in regards to tips to help you from your personal life to your business life to make sure that you are staying organized, how to organize the mess around you, how to keep your head above the sticky notes that you have piling up. So please, please, please join me on this Thursday, June 11th at 6 p.m. You can also register for that on ysalesnetwork.com. It is kind of our sneak peek into the conference itself. But so I hope you join Organizing Mayhem. It is going to be a wonderful, wonderful presentation.
Awesome. I couldn't let you get out of it without remembering that right there. Well, now that's why teamwork made the dream work. And I'm going to be there. Y'all see that? I got my sticky notes. I got to show up, y'all. The first step is I'm admitting that I got a problem. I got to show up. But until next time, remember, if you won't change, be the change. Be blessed and be great.